Today we are going to do an activity about MAC and LLC sublayers of data link layer. Number one is control. It controls the network interface card through software drivers. Number two, it works with the upper layers to add application information for delivery of data to higher level protocols. Number three, works with hardware to support bandwidth requirements and checks error in the bits sent and received. It controls access to the media through signaling and physical media standards requirement. It supports Ethernet technology by using uh, carrier sense multiple access collision detection or carrier sense multiple action collision avoidance. And it remains relatively independent of physical equipment. Okay. Number one, LLC is more on the software of uh it's more on a software than the hardware compared to Mac. It's more on physical than software. And number two, it works with the upper layer to add application information for delivery of data to higher level protocols. As LLC or logical link control is the one who's responsible for communicating to upper layer protocols and sending packets to lower layers, which is Mac. Number three, it works with hardware to support bandwidth requirements and check errors in the bits sent and received. Mac is more on physical, it's more on hardware, and it's the one who checks error. When sent frame, it always have error detection on it, included on the frame. Number four, controls access to the media through signaling and physical media standards requirement. As as what I say, Mac is more on physical than software. It's more on signaling through physical media standards requirement. It supports Ethernet technology by using CSMA CD or CSMA CA. Collision detection or collision avoidance. It supports Ethernet technology. As we know, Ethernet is the tangible part of a network. It remains relatively independent of physical equipment. LLC is relatively independent of physical equipment because it runs through a software of network interface card. That's all for this. Our next activity is all about identify Ethernet frame field names. It uses pi to increase the frame field uh, to at least 64 bytes. Describes which higher layer protocol has been used. The frame originating network interface card or interface MAC address. Source. Assist a host in determining if the frame received is addressed to it. Destination. Modifies destination to get to the preamble. Synchronizes sending and receiving devices for frame delivery. It detects error in an Ethernet frame. Let's check if my answers, all of my answers correct. Let's check if all of my answers correct. It's correct. header and data use padding when uh, when smaller by when the smaller data is encapsulated for it to reach at least 64 bytes. And the type it describes which higher layer protocol has been used in delivering data. Source address it is the frame's originating network interface card or interface MAC address or in the or in, or source address the source MAC address of the frame. And next is assist a host in determining if the frame received is addressed in. The destination address will be uh, will be compared to the address of the MAC address of the host. So if it's the same, the frame will be sent to to that MAC address. Preamble notifies destination to get ready for a new frame. It is the preamble it is the first to read on the Ethernet frame field. It will notify the if the destination it will notify the destination to get ready to receive a frame. Next one, start of frame delimiter synchronizes sending and receiving devices for frame delivery. Frame check sequence. It detects error in the Ethernet frame. Next figure is we will going to put this to this. Mm, the first 7 byte is the preamble. The next 1 byte frame check sequence. Based on what I've understand, preamble and frame check sequence is the first 8 byte of the Ethernet frame fields. Next one is destination address. Destination address always first then source address. Next is not frame check. It's supposed to be start of frame delimiter. Because start of frame delimiter and preamble are the one who um, are the one that compose 8 bytes on the first part of the Internet reference. Next one is the length or type. Next one is header and data. It composed of it is the encapsulated data. And last is frame check sequence, which it will check if there's error. It will detect if there's error. Okay. Preamble. It will notify the destination of the frame and the destination address, the one who needs to be the same to the MAC address of its destination, so it will able to deliver a frames or to send frames. And source address it is on the NIC or the interface. It's the MAC address of the one who will going to send the data, the encapsulated data. And 802.2 header and data, it is the encapsulated data. And frame check, it will check if there is error to the frame. If if there's an error to the frame, if it will drop the frame. Next activity is widget. We're going to determine where the message of a specific MAC address will go. the destination MAC address. And, and this, the frame has a destination MAC address of FF, which means it will broadcast. Then the source MAC address is OA. The source MAC address is OA, and it will broadcast the message to find the 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 device that it will going to send the message. Okay, so the MAC address 0A will going to distribute a broadcast message to all the ports has connect that has connected with a devices. So where will the switch forward the frame? The switch the switch forward the frame to all the devices that are connected to it except for the center or except to the source. So OA is the source that will going to flood all the ports with the frame to find the MAC address that it's intended to send data to. So from OA, it will flood port OB, OC, 7, and F and F9. When the switch forwards the frame, which statement is true? The switch will the frame will become a broadcast frame because it has no specific. It will not able to send a unicast frame because uh, it's a broadcast frame. So the answer is frame is a broadcast frame and will be forwarded to all ports. That's correct. Okay, in this activity, we're going to do frame forwarding methods. We'll answer several questions. We'll put if this or answer, we'll simply click this and it will turn green if it's correct, like that. I didn't know this was correct, so let's reset and start answering. Description: buffers frame until the full frame rather has been received by the switch. It's stored and forward. It's because it buffers frame until the full name has full until the full frame has been received. If it's while uncut through, it will simply check destination destination and the source of the frame. If it's matched, it will going to send it. Next question is check the frame for errors before releasing it out of its switch ports. If the full frame was not received, the switch discards it. It's stored and forward also because it checked the frame for errors. The error is at the last part of the frame. So if it checked since in the first part of the frame until the last part, it is that method store and forward because cut through we're going to check um the destination and source, and I think also the preamble. No error checking on frames performed by the switch before releasing the frame out of its port. I think it's cut through. Let's check. It is cut through because there's no error checking. It means it's only check the destination and the source, and it's sent the frame. A great method to use to conserve bandwidth on your network. It's because it will avoid those errors. The destination network interface card discards frame, any incomplete frame using frame forwarding method. Destination network interface card discards any incomplete frame. The faster switching method, but may produce more errors in data integrity before more bandwidth may be consumed. It is a cut through because it's fast, but not it it can produce a lot of error because they it not because in cut through the frame was not checked. The frame is checked, but uh it's frame error, but its last part it's not being checked. So let's move forward to figure 2 on this. Instruction is read the scenario based on the topology shown. Identify how frames will be processed by dragging your answer to the appropriate fields provided in the table. All answer will not be used. Okay, this is the figure. Uh, S1 is a brand new switch. S1 is a brand new switch. PC1 is sending data to PC2. S1 is using full duplex, MDIX, and fast forward as a frame switching method. Uh, cabling used in this topology will be straight through except MDIX, and to find where PC2 is located, PC1 will send out a broadcast because it will going to find the MAC address of PC2. So it will going to send a broadcast frame to find PC2. PC2 will respond back to PC1 by sending back a blank message, a unicast message. After PC2 received the broadcast message of PC1 and it determines that it's PC2 MAC address, it will going to send a unicast frame to PC1 that it is the PC2. If PC2 receives only half the data in the frame, it will discard it because it's not complete. If PC2 receives many damaged frames on port 3, many damaged frames on port 3 likely will change go back to cut, store and forward. To it will change back to store and forward switching to avoid the next error to fix it. And